My genuine hope was that the lesson the Democrats learned from the 2024 election is maybe we should stop being so crazy. And unfortunately, the lesson that Democrats seem to have learned from the 2024 election is to lean into the most radical fringes of their party.
That's Vice President Vance with a warning about where the Democratic Party is moving. A new wave of socialist and progressive candidates has been scoring key primary wins across the country, as Brian Yennis was just telling us. Debate is growing over what that means for moderate Democrats. Let's bring in Jason Chaffetz, Fox News contributor and former Republican Utah congressman. Congressman, thanks for being with us. When you look out there at the landscape of who's running, I mean, Utah is not likely to elect a Democratic Socialist anytime soon, but it seems like a lot of states are ready to do that. Why?
Oh, you'd be surprised. They gerrymandered this district in Utah, and there's a chance that on the primary next week that they're going to elect somebody who's pretty radical. Look, the Democratic Party of old, the old blue dog Democrats, they're gone. They've been eliminated. Bernie Sanders, who was sort of almost a joke when I was in Congress years ago, is leading this party, and he's got a radical view of America. They want to destroy and dismantle the police. They want to open up our borders, and they want to give everything away for free. And so there's no responsibility in that party. It's just gimme, gimme, gimme. And they all believe that they need to raise taxes and spend more money. That's what they believe in. And it's working in some of these radical left-wing cities, but it's trying to spread it coast to coast. And the mainstream Democrats of old, they don't stand up. They don't have a message.
Talking about left-wing cities, Nicholas Berg has the unenviable job of being the chairman of the GOP in San Francisco. He talks about why he thinks socialism is on the rise in this country. Listen.
I think the young people are falling for this, if you will, because we sold them a lie. And the lie was, if you go to college and you rack up this huge amount of debt, you're going to be able to have the American dream. You're going to be able to buy a house and have a family and, not live paycheck to paycheck. And that turned out to not be true.
What do you think about that analysis? I mean, there are a lot of people who graduated from college with degrees that really don't help them a lot in this modern world.
I think that's part of it. I think what Nicholas Berg said makes some sense here. Look, a big question for America is how do we live in an affordable world? And far too much of our education over the last couple of decades, it's now coming home to roost. And there are people out there that don't have the skill sets in order to make them productive in today's society. And so you had some massive government spending by Obama and Biden that made inflation rampant, and it consequently made it very difficult to actually do something. But the bottom line here, John, is Democrats, hey, everything's free, everybody should just get the instantaneous gratification that you get on Instagram, and that is just have it now, and you don't really have to work. In fact, you have to work less. That is not the way the world works, and the Democrats don't have a plan, and Republicans actually do have a plan. So the craziness of the left versus somebody who can actually build something, that's what I think we're going to see play out in the midterms.
I want to change the topic a little bit and talk about what's going on in the Senate with the Save America Act. First, a poll from Fox News 2025, September, asked whether you should be required to show ID in order to vote. All voters, 84% said yes. Republicans, 96%, even 70% of Democrats said you should be required to show a state or federal ID to be able to vote. Why is the Senate having so much trouble approving an idea like this?
No, because the Democrats, Chuck Schumer and others, they need people that are here in this country illegally to be able to vote. It's about being able to cheat and be able to get people who are not full citizens to actually vote. Democrats have even taken the position in places like California, you don't even need to be a citizen to actually be on the ballot in certain races. They want them to be law enforcement officials, and these are people that are here illegally. So the craziness of the left, I think it's all about the integrity of the vote. There's a lot of discussion about vote by mail and other issues. It's about the integrity of the vote. Every other nation on the planet requires ID, except the United States. You have to get it to, if you have a national parks pass, I tried to go to Zion National Park, I had to show my driver's license, my valid driver's license, to prove that I actually had a national parks pass to get into Zion's National Park. That's how, but no, Democrats, oh, you shouldn't have to have a voter ID. Are you kidding me? That's going to suppress the vote. It's a lie. And Save America Act, I'm with Mike Lee on this one. He is absolutely right.
All right, let's play that from Mike Lee, what he told Shannon Bream this morning on Fox News Sunday. Listen.
The truth is we haven't tried what I believe it takes to get the Save America Act passed, which is to put it on the floor and to say we're going to debate this for weeks. Nothing sharpens the mind. Nothing hastens agreement. Nothing will bring about face-saving and perfecting amendments, quite like the obligation to stay in and debate something that is popular with the American people, when filibustering senators trying to slow it down are becoming steadily less popular in their arguments.
So senators are willing to defy the wishes of their voters to keep this thing, from becoming law.
Senator John Thune, the majority leader, should keep people there and make them work through the weekend. Heaven forbid the Senate actually have to work hard overnight into the weekend. Those types of things, actually debated on the floor. Let's do that in perpetuity until we actually vote and actually get it passed. Mike Lee is 110% right. It requires no changes to the Senate rules. You just can't just raise your finger and say, oh, I want to go home. I object to this. The Senate needs to debate. They're supposed to be the most deliberative body on the face of the planet, but it's not the way they act.
All right. Fox News contributor, former Congressman Jason Chaffetz of Utah. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.